digress there. Do you ever remember those things when you were a kid? The polythene gliders, or the polystyrene gliders? Maybe your mom would have bought you.
Yes.
She'd be like, come shopping with me and I'll buy you a plane. Here, have that.
Yes.
Mate, I bought 12 of them for £1.89 off Amazon. I have. Well, I still have 11 now because I gave my dad like a Mark 1 Spitfire.
Dude,
And he's like,
down the main arm, really tempted.
And then
Really
when he had it like set up, they had it like, you basically stuck it together and put it in the table. So I think he just went for a walk and took this glider with him and started fucking winging it about. The man's 72 and he's just like a wee glider, just like winging it, and then just walking up and catching it, floating on the tumblers out of me. Probably throwing it at people and all.
Throw a fucking Spitfire, take that, you cunts.
Yeah.
Fucking 2 meters,
just
bastard.
walking along the thing, just going like, this fucking flame bouncing off. So I was like, fuck, sorry mate, didn't mean that. Found that by the side of the road. Yeah, so I actually went and bought 12 of those planes for £1.89.
Oh, that's class.
So I have like, what do I have? I have like these mad ones. It's like there's 12 to collect. I'm just like, I want to get all 12. So when we're finally allowed to meet up, mate, I'll have to bring a couple of these with me and we'll just sit and we'll just go and fucking wing them about.
I was ready to say, mate, that's something I have to do. I have to go to a park and get a case of beer. We just sit and drink and fucking play with gliders.
We'll challenge each other to try and do loop-a-loops and stuff.
Mate, I know at the gym. There's a guy who goes nearly every morning. Dad comes work community centre and I'm working in the gym. And he'll use like the 5-a-side court. Obviously because it's got a fucking huge big, roof, ceiling, that's what it's called. And he'll get like the hooks, so he'll get like the proper model ones. Like the proper shit. And he'll get it up and he'll get it glide and he can control it and make it do loops and things like that. See the amount of morning clients that I have that get distracted by this fucking old boy doing loops in the fucking 5-a-side pitch. Or they glide.
Oh, do you ever see some of those gliders? Do you ever see some of them fucking helicopters you can get? Like, they're big fucking things, like.
Yeah.
I seen some guy down in the park. It was actually during lockdown. I seen it. And where was I? I think I was in the Moat Park actually, and he was at the football pitches, and it's all like they've got like all weird. They're all sections. Before you used to be able to walk in, it was just like a big open field with like football pitches on it, but now they've sectioned it off and put like substitute benches and shit on it. And
yeah.
I think he's in one of them with his helicopter, just fucking flying about.
Do you ever see some old boys doing things like that? Like I always think up like Ryder. I had a morning client, and he'd be I wouldn't say a massive stoner, definitely a stoner.
Yes, he is. Probably hasn't had a pupil in his eyes since 1973.
So we were sitting there going, it's like, mate, both of us were talking, like, going, can't wait to get out. It's like, imagine getting up in the morning, smoking a number, driving over to the community centre, and just gliding your model airplane around a fucking 5-a-side pitch on a fucking Wednesday morning.
I know.
That's
it's like, I remember years ago.
Be that age. That will be like, see when I had that, if I ever fucking see that age. I'm 27, so like, yeah, this is...
When I went to primary school, I went to Avonlea.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go down, like, you know where the off license is? Round the corner from Rand's old house in Melrose?
Yes.
No, and there's like,
well.
my Garry's no are still there.
Yep,
it was the opposite day of the John Bailey's Hill Street. You walked down there and took a left and went across the bridge and went through Avonlea Park.
Yep, no, exactly.
And you'd be like, huh?
Know exactly what you're talking about.
Right, so whenever I was going to primary school, there used to be these old boys you used to see, like, lined up on the bridge in the morning. There'd be 3 or 4 of them. And I always wondered what they were doing. Until one day, they used to have, them really, like, high-velocity catapults.
Yeah.
They used to have them in a bag of marbles. And they used to be standing there. And they were waiting on, like, cause there was, like, rat's nest, like, in off the riverbank. So they'd wait for the rats to come out, and that's what they used to be doing. Just sitting fucking pinging rats.
absolute fucking legends. There's an, do you know what? I think being an adult is shite. I think you want to go from like a kid and and like that pensioner group. I think like that's your fucking prime because they're the two most least fucks given stages of life. You've a
And
shitload of fucking
it's like,
sweat as an adult. You want to say that idea? See, getting up and having a fucking joint or something like that, and then go and fly a model airplane. The next morning, when I get up, a couple of tins with your mates, and we're gonna sit, we're gonna fucking slingshot marbles at fucking rats. That's the life.
yeah.
That
And
is the
then I
fucking
remember
life.
as well in Victoria Park, these couple of guys used to turn up. Well, this is before I moved to Ballywin. And you know, if you go into Victoria Park, like I haven't been in it in years, but you still walk through that wee really dodgy tunnel under the train tracks in the
Yeah,
motor and the bypass.
you've the rape tunnel.
It's always wet. Like even in the summer, it could be in a heat wave, and there's still always just puddles of water and all in
Oh yeah, I
it.
mean, it could be 35 degrees and there's still gonna be poles down there.
Anyway, there was like a big car park, and then there was this weird thing. It looked like it had been a stage at one point, but you used to be able to climb up on it and sit on it. And there used to be like these guys you'd see, like they used to jump up and sit on it, but they had those, you know, those petrol remote control cars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like these things could fucking shift. Like I think you could. I remember like the guy saying to me, like you get these things up and they got to maybe fucking 40, 50 mile an hour, like.
Fucking hell, man, that's carriageway speed. Fucking even restricted drivers can only do 45.
Yeah, man. I mean these things could fucking shift, like. And then occasionally you'd see some guy just pick his up and just get a screwdriver out and start fucking about underneath it. And then next Monday pull out like a shell of a different car. You get that on. It's just like next Monday's just zipping around the car park in a fucking remote control Ferrari.
Class.
Eh. And it's like, it must be amazing to get to that age where you're just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna do this. And if people judge me, they'll be like, I'm having fun. I don't care.
Exactly. Those people are 110% winning. 110% winning. You see just that, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
See, but
There's
I think
also,
I'm kind of in that stage now. Where like, I'd happily go for a walk, take one of them gliders along Greenway and just start fucking winging it. And if people think, I'll just be like, I'm having fun. I don't care.
see, to be honest, man, see, when I get my fucking, like, I get the headphones in, I really don't give a fuck about the entire world. Like, see, that's one thing I see like about the first lockdown. Was see getting the headphones in, see doing an audiobook, or just some music, and just going for a dander. And like, I'd come out of the house and go turn left or turn right, and I just pick a direction, just go, just fucking.
See, that used to be my lockdown routine.
And you're like, oh man, it was brilliant. Sun was splitting the trees, shorts, t-shirt, shades, headphones. Just the way you fucking went. Who knows where you were going? Didn't give a fuck. Just fucking dander about here.
Yeah.
Don't give a
And then,
fuck.
because I used to like this far my dad on, in fact, I actually have my Spotify account going then, so sometimes you stick shit in it. Or genuinely, we just walk along and just hold on my phone
Yeah.
and just listen to this the maddest shit ever.
Oh, I don't remember going like fucking walking to like Orangefield Park, fucking cranking about Leonard Skinner to myself. And you're like, fucking, I had a can of beer or a fucking
Yeah.
joint or something like that. Fucking life would be manic. You know, that was the one thing actually. It was obviously because we were locked down and the weather was good, loads of people about. Many times you're down on the bike and like, oh, fuck, I wish I had a beer. That was the one letdown. And you're like, oh, fuck, see, I've had a couple of tins with me.
I know. I remember doing that one day. I actually walked along Newton Lodge Road down to Ballyhackamore and called in the Lee Offie, no facing the Stokers,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and got a couple of big bottles of Moretti or whatever. And because it was early March, these things had been in the fridge all night, so I mean, they were ice cold. Like, you picked them up, and because the weather was warm, it was like literally condensation just starts forming on them.
Oh, that's a thing.
Cheeky bastards, and like, hang up on me because time of lockdown songs.
I mean, I couldn't hear anything for about the last month.
Huh?
I couldn't hear anything for like the last like minute, or maybe about 30 seconds.
Oh, it's probably because I've had you on speaker all night.
It never changed. I was like, mate, I was back. I mean, mate, I can't. I was going, you still there? You still there? I'm like, couldn't hear a fucking thing. So I'll fucking hang up and I'll
Technology, the
fucking call you
bastard.
back. So
Yeah.
you weren't boring me.
Cheers, Matt. We'll just reset the clock.
He's like, no, I'm bored. Fuck you. Had enough. So I have no idea where the fuck we were.
Oh, I was telling you about like going to Ballyhackamore and like
Oh
buying like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
two beers in the office, and then just walking along like the Greenway, and families out in their bikes and all. And I was just like down along, just chilling the beer and like really warm weather. And you could always see like the man, the kids just looking at me, and the man going, "It's fucking disgrace," and the dad just looking at me going, "Lucky bastard."
Do you know what? There's something. Do you ever feel like you have to be a wee bit more sensible at home because you're home, and then as soon as you go somewhere, you're like, this isn't my fucking spot. I'm going to be away soon, so I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Like, see, when I go over to Manchester, mate, Jim's over there. Mate, the two of us do not walk the length of ourselves without having a beer in our hand. Like, see if you're in the city centre, because obviously you from the airport, you get the train into Piccadilly, so it's always handy to stay not far from there, to go home and all the next day and whatever, and a couple of bars, not necessarily times there was like, so you're actually not that far. You're at, sorry, about it, I don't know what it is by time, but you're a 2:10 walk from City's ground. And anytime like goes like right, anytime we go to walk somewhere, he's like right tens, and we'll call him to like a fucking Tesco's or Sainsbury's. And I've seen this happen now a few times. I've never seen it happen here. Is he taking tins off the rings and buying individual tins?
Oh yeah.
I think it's a very, I've never seen someone go into a wine market here and rip 3 tins off a 6 pack and just buy 3 tins. It was very weird because he's always done it because obviously it's his fucking city. The last time I was there, I can't remember what he was at. I think he was in fucking holiday or something. And I wanted to get a couple of tins, and I felt so fucking weird. I just ripped off like a pint. I think it was like a fucking 4 pack of pint tins of Carlsberg, and I just ripped like 2 off. And I felt so weird going up to the girl. I was waiting for him to be like, "You just fucking ripped off. Buy the fucking whole 4, you cunt." And she's like, "No, I should just fucking like scan through 2 big tins of Carlsberg." And that was me on my way to the fucking ground. Just walked up the canal, drinking those. But yeah, it seems to be the dumb thing there. Like, if we have a short dander and it's just like a tin each, and it's like we'll just go in, grab 2 off a ring, and just buy the 2 tins. But imagine
I
coming
know.
along, you're looking at a 6 pack, and some cunts come along, and he's fucking ripped 2 off. You'd be going, you wee bastards, you've only left me with 4. I've never seen it done here, but I've seen it happen a few times. I know because there's a wee, I was about to call it an inappropriate name, shop, a corner shop, I believe. It is run by
Ah,
Asian gentlemen. Uh, typically the Middle Eastern part of Asia.
yeah,
They would run it, and there's loads of people doing it because obviously this is like we shop 5 minutes from city's ground, so people, after the game and things like that, going back or they're getting a tram or train or what. And it was for like I'm trying to maybe just like a tiny chubby or something like that. And yeah, there's loads of people doing it. It's like, you imagine going in the Weimar and like just ripping a couple of tins off the ring and buying the individual tins. I think that's fucking weird. So do you
that
know
is
what? I
weird.
always think about the other person because imagine I'm going up and I'm like, not a fucking wild man. Just get myself a wee fucking 6 pack, and you go up and you get a 6 pack of cardboard, and some fuckers rip 2 off it. You go, you bastards! You left me with 4.
I know. Then that like the office I usually go into after work. I kind of became signed. I'm on fucking first name terms with half of them.
Oh fuck yeah, you're in cringy and Sam territory now, mate. You'll be getting the
Yeah,
fucking
like
Christmas dinner and like, still the
literally,
greatest
I
story
go
ever.
in. Like I went in today to get beers and like grabbed the first case of Rockshore. I put my hand on it and it was warm. So I took it out and pulled the second one out, and it was warm. Basically, set that in the ground. Got the one from the ferry back, took it out, restocked their fridge for them, and then went up, and the guy had already scanned my 20 Mayfair and had them sitting on the counter.
See, that's an interesting thing. I noticed that when I went to the office earlier, was when I went up last week, fuck, that's really weird, I got the last case of Rockshore, and it was right at the back. But when I went up today, that whole section of like Carlsberg, Rockshore, Tennant's Harp, whatever, was completely filled. So although they were in the fridge, the case of Carlsberg I got wasn't that cold. Because it obviously just topped it up.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
the little soccer hit, like, I
so,
remember doing it years ago, like, some woman used to, like, be the manager of that office, like, them ones at the front, they're holding, and she used to slabber at me about it, because I used to just basically take their fucking stock out of the fridge until I got a cold, like, thing, and I'd just be like, I don't want cold beers, I don't want warm beers.
well, I was about to say we're different in the bar because obviously our storeroom is chilled. So even though I've just got something from the store, now the wines may be a wee bit different. But like if you're looking tins or bottles or anything like that, like if I've just got it from the store, like it's going to be pretty much as cold as it is in the fridge. The wine's in with the spirits, so that room is just cold because it's just a fucking cold room. But your wine would maybe go in the fridge for a wee bit. But I actually got a wee bit distracted there as soon as I was about taking fucking tins. But yeah, see walking about Manchester, literally barely walked away from myself without having a tin of beer in my hand. And I don't know why I feel that's acceptable. Like we literally do, two of us will go in when we're walking up towards City's ground. We'll either go in, there's Tesco's on one side and there's a Sainsbury's on the other. And depending on what we're at, we'll jump into one of them and we'll go, it's a 2-10 walk. So we'll grab 2 tins each and then we'll start down. And two of us will walk along the canals, which is beautiful because you've got all these nice, reasonably new apartments that go along the canal. It's actually really, it's a fucking lovely walk, to be honest. And two of us just sitting fucking down, just drinking beer, walking up the street. Like we're in the middle of like Manchester City Centre, like heading like kind of towards Piccadilly Station. And two of us just walking up the road, just drinking beers. I can imagine being
I
about
know.
fucking Belfast. You know, like if you were imagine walking up fucking to Chester Street, pounding a fucking tin of Stella. You'd be like,
I know.
this isn't fucking on.
I'm going to Liverpool in September, actually. Well, I'm meant to be going to Liverpool in September.
You go for football.
No, Sonia's daughter is starting uni over there. So she's moving over a few days before, and then she's flying over with some of her clothes. Like, we were going to get the boat, but she can't be fucked while we're driving, so we're just going to get a flight, and then basically I'm going to take a backpack with all my clothes and all her clothes in it, and then she's going to take one with all her daughters, like some of her daughter's stuff in it. And
Yeah.
she's like, do you want to come to Liverpool with me? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go. But I'm hoping,
Liverpool's supposed to be a good spot. See, for going out, Liverpool's supposed to be pretty good. I've never been.
yeah, so I'm kind of hoping if there's maybe a game on at Anfield that weekend we're there, or
Yeah.
whatever the weekend, 'cause I think we're going for a week. But she's going to like obviously help her daughter move into like her apartment and shit. And, or I think she's in like halls. She's going to help her daughter move into there, and then we're just going to stay in a hotel and just go fuck about for a few days. So I'm hoping if maybe we're there over the weekend and Liverpool's at home and maybe try and get the Anfield.
Yeah, that'd be a good shit. September, you might do what? You might even, well, it'll be Champions League games in September. I'm trying to think whether you, no, probably too early. I'm trying to think whether you get midweek if you're lucky enough. But yeah, you can go see Cilla Black statue.
That's what I'm going for, man. I'm going to go spunk on it.
It's like, wow, there's a statue of the fucking woman who hosted Blind Date.
I'm going to go finger the Cilla Black statue.
No
And
one
then
has
claim it.
ever said that sentence in the
I'm going
history
to
of
come back and claim,
mankind.
what did you do? Oh, I was in Liverpool for the last 5 days. What did you get up to? Did you go to the Cavern Club? Nah, I just fingered Cilla Black.
That's right, there's the Beatles as well. But everybody
Yeah.
thinks it's still that, do you know what I mean? Like, the Beatles were okay, there was Beatlemania, but, the Paul
Oh, I
McCartney,
fucking love the Beatles. No, man, I'm gonna fucking do the Cavern Club, like.
the Paul McCartney host Blind Date, though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's it.
At least Ringo's star narrated Thomas the Tank, which what
I know.
makes him, it's a mixture, it's like, I like Ringo because he narrated Thomas the Tank, but he also got told my hair's a bit longer, I told him about George Harrison.
I know, 'cause I remember eating dinner with my ma, like, years ago, and we were talking about the Beatles, and I went, who was your favourite Beatle? And she went, Ringo Starr. And I went, fuck off, he was a weird looking cunt, he looked like a crow. And she's
See,
like, what do you mean? I'm just like, that nose of his, it wasn't a nose, it was more like a bill. George Harrison was like the greatest Beatle of all time.
do you know what I think? It's because he was like probably like John and Paul were very like the
Oh
faces,
yeah.
and it was like I like the quiet fella. Cause see all this fucking talking and yammering in interviews. Fuck that. See the guy who doesn't fucking say anything, he just stands and plays guitar. I like him.
Yeah, that's how I think I liked him, because he was just in the background, he was just like, yeah, George Harrison was playing Beatles, I don't give a fuck. And he funded The Life of Brian, because no one else would.
Yes, I was a big Python fan.
Yeah, so he done all that shit, so
Yeah, do you know what? I don't. Some of it's
yeah.
not bad. I would not call myself a Beatles fan. I do have
You
some
know what?
stuff I
It
listen
probably.
to.
Oh fuck no, man! I love the Beatles.
Nah, I can appreciate like some of the stuff. Don't know why, but I Want to Hold Your Hand gets stuck in my head more often than it should. Um, and from playing guitar, I appreciate like the Blackbird, and what was the other one? It's Norwegian Wood.
Oh, Norwegian Wood's a fucking cracking. I think fucking George Harrison or both them.
But again, there's some stuff like that as a guitar player. I'm like, okay, I get that, but like all in all, nah, wouldn't really call myself a Beatles fan in the slightest.
Yeah, or One After 909. That's a good tune. Or Get Back.
Do you know what? I
Or
think it's
especially see the
also.
Beatles early stuff. The Beatles early stuff was fucking incredible.
Do you know what? Unpopular opinion. I think John Lennon was a cunt.
Oh, John Lennon was a full bastard.
He was a wife-beating, supporting, spaggy
Yeah.
fucker. So he was. And I was like,
He called himself like a working class hero, but yet he could go out in a single shop spray and drop 25 grand like it was like nobody's business. And you're like, I don't really think you're a working class fucking hero, man.
yeah, no, see all this fucking no John Lennon. And I'm like, do you agree that the guy should have got fucking shot? Nah. But, doesn't take away the fact, just because you got assassinated doesn't mean you weren't a cunt. Do you know what I mean? People get
Yeah.
like that with JFK. People go, oh, fucking JFK. Just because he was about in the
Sure,
fucking
he was
hippie things.
taking fucking everything up moved.
Yeah, I was
He
about
had
to
a wife
say,
and was up with young kids at home, and now fucking JFK is out like fucking firing the Kennedys and anything up fucking moved.
exactly. You got a fucking wife and kids. You're shagging fucking people. Shagging Marilyn Monroe. Yes, a lot of people want to shag Marilyn Monroe. But again, she was some fucking traumatized. She's the original fucking Me Too person. God, you wouldn't want to go what she went through in a million years. But it was alright to take her because you were the
I
fucking
reckon
president.
she was riddled with all sorts of shit.
Mate,
She had fucking full blown
I
STDs.
don't know her story to, like, well, really of any degree. I just know it was fucking sad and it was fucking traumatic. That was really it. And she is the original. Any fucking cunt who comes out in Hollywood now with some Me Too shit, especially now, motherfuckers are throwing up allegations from fucking 20 years ago now. That's my fucking tits in.
Sure, apparently Marilyn Manson or some bent was bandying about that shit.
Mate,
Right.
I do not get that in the slightest. One, breaking news, Marilyn Manson's in the kinky shit. Have you seen the fucker? There was a rumour going about for years. And again, I don't even know whether it's a fully rumour that he got ribs removed that he could suck his own dick.
That was Prince.
Was it Prince?
It was Prince.
Do you know what? Prince was a legend. He's just went even higher in my books. Fair play. Do you know what?
It wasn't Marilyn Manson yet, it was friends who
It was
apparently
one of
got
those
like a
ones.
couple of websites so he could knock himself off.
Admit, we'd all knock ourselves off if we could. Dogs are lucky bastards.
Yeah.
Didn't know that about Prince. But yeah, it was
I
all
seen
going
him
about.
suck himself off in Amsterdam.
I wasn't expecting it. That.
Yeah, whenever I was in a very seedy club in Amsterdam.
But mate, take a look at Marilyn Manson. Do you not think that he's into some weird stuff?
Of course he is.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you know what you're signing up for. You know what you're getting into. Would you really think he just wants to fucking kiss and cuddle? You think Marilyn Manson's he's just big in the spooning. That's all he does. He wants to get a girl back to his room and he just down the spoon.
Oh, he's a prolific cuddler.
No, you know. If you're doing drinking and he was big on the drugs, where was it that he fucking ripped up a bag of cocaine and all on stage and like into the crowd? It's like somewhere in Australia or something like that. So that boy goes, do you want to come back to my hotel room? And you go, yeah, that's on you. I'm sorry, that might sound a wee bit harsh. That's on you. If you're going, I agreed to go back to Marilyn Manson's place and he wanted to do weird shit and he did weird shit and you're like, yeah, it's Marilyn Manson. Have you not seen the fella? Did you not look at him when you said, yeah, I'll go back to your hotel room? Surely looking at the fella tells you everything you need to know. But I don't get that. There was somebody else. There was someone recently, were they on Buffy or something like that when it was big, and they came out like 20 years later or whenever the fuck Buffy was big, and they were like, yeah, see the director or something like that. And he was like really rude and abusive and things like that. It's like, yeah, but you weren't saying anything when Buffy was the biggest fucking TV show on the planet. You just kept stewing. And now 20 years
It's
later,
like,
you want to go, he was really fucking rude. He called me fat and he was fucking short with me.
I know
He
it's
was
not
all
the
this.
same, but have you ever seen Gordon Ramsay's Boiling Point?
No, but I do get what, I know what Ramsey's like.
Google, they say you've got a fucking half hour, an hour or so to kill. Go onto YouTube and Google Gordon Ramsay's Boiling Point.
I was about to say here, do you
That's,
know what? Sorry, that's one thing I actually never thought about. You want to talk about Me Too stuff? Chefs.
yeah. Well, that,
Lord,
like, I remember being like, funny enough, I was talking to Lorraine about this earlier on. And it's like, I remember being 19 and starting in the kitchen and getting told I was fucking useless and dragged around by like, because I always wear baby aprons.
mhm.
There's no like pictures like in plastic blue aprons with white stripes on them.
Yeah.
I mean, literally getting just dragged about kitchens and things thrown at me because I burned fogger on shit one night and getting told I was fucking useless and you shouldn't even be in a fucking kitchen, fucking useless cunt. Get in the fucking cold room and get that sorted out.
Oh yeah, I guarantee the average chef has had it way worse than most people. And sorry, do you know what the sad thing is there are people who are out there, again, likes a fucking Marilyn Manson, wouldn't wish what she went through on anybody. That must have been fucking horrible, what they done to her in Hollywood. Absolutely fucking horrible. But then I said, like, who the fuck was, I wish I fucking could remember, I say remember her name, I think she was a fucking nobody, other than being on Buffy or something like that.
But
And yeah,
the
it
thing
was
is,
like,
it's like,
this director, he called me this and he called me that and he was abusive and he was like, but again, when was this? Oh, this was 20 years ago and you didn't say anything? No, because I was working for the fucking biggest TV show in the world at the moment, so I just fucking kept my mouth shut. So when I come out 20 years later and
but you
fucking
could have
say
simply just
something,
packed their bags and fucked off and got another job.
110%, 110%.
You know,
Plus,
so it's like,
even as a person, do you know what I mean? You know, imagine someone contacted your boss and said you need to fire Craig because of something that he said or done to me at a party 20 years ago.
man, I'd be on the fucking dole if that happened.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, you can't bring up shit that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
There has to be,
Because,
like, you're not the same fucking person, you're not the same anything. Yes, okay, again, there's fucking lines, like your man fucking, what do you call the fucking company director? Fuck, what do you call him? Weinstein.
yeah.
Like, he was a cunt. No, Harvey,
Aye,
You know?
Harvey Weinstein.
Yes. Like that director. Like what he was fucking making actresses do and things like that, fucking making them suck as fuck. But again, not to fucking stand up for him because he was a horrible fucker. He was
Oh,
always, he
he
was
had
true to his
Porter's
word.
disease. Have you ever seen this?
Yes and no. He basically has scabies of the cock.
Yeah, but have you ever seen pictures of it?
I, yes, I have.
You're lucky to say that. Sounds like a
He
fucking
basically has like it's like gangrene on his dick.
yeah.
But like, and but again, not that I fucking found him in the slightest. He was always true to his word. It was, look, I'll give you the fucking lead role if you fucking nosh me off. And, you know, if they noshed him off, like, they did get the lead role. I don't know of too many accounts where he went back on his word, not that that makes it okay. But things like that, you know, that's just fucking wrong. Can't fucking support that or condone that in a fucking million years. But then people come up with like, oh, someone was fucking mean to me on set fucking 20 years ago. Fuck off. You know, why is the fuck up people fucking pulling stuff up from that long ago? Find your fucking accent. It's just people want to be fucking relevant. You know, it's fucking mad times. Motherfuckers throwing out fucking allegations left, right, and centre.
Oh, it's fucking mental. Like,
Fucking crazy world, mate, so it is. It's fucking crazy. I am waiting on the fucking Me Too thing from Arlene Foster.
why she went to a
Man,
gangbang?
there's some fucking traumatized bloke fucking standing on UTV News. Arlene forced herself, or she forced herself upon me. Oh, fuck me, that doesn't bear thinking about. Oh, fuck me, I got a shiver up the spine there. That'd be horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, fuck. And fucking Arlene throwing herself at you. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Arlene Foster almost got me arrested one night.
Got you arrested?
Yeah,
Hi.
because there was these cultures in Belfast.
That sounds about right.
Mm.
Makes sense.
They were in like the Empire. It was in Shaftesbury Square anyway. Or yeah, in somewhere in Shaftesbury Square anyway. And I kept shouting at them, Arlene Foster, buck your ma. And then the police came and had a word with me, and they were like I was like, oh, fucking, but he didn't. I was like, and he went, oh yeah, he took my name and address and all, and I was just giving it. He was like, alright, it's dead on, there'll be someone will be like contacting you to verify these details and all. I was like, alright, no bother. And he went, and we'll be contacting the university. And I jokingly said, joke's on you, dickhead, I've got a job. They took it really bad, so they made me like walk to the Funacab depot and get a taxi out of Belfast. And then they followed me in the taxi driver was like, why's the police following me? I'm like, oh yeah, cause I kept shouting Arnie Foster out of book your man, like these culty students with GAA tops on.
But does that also make, like, who's insulted by Arlene Foster Buckner Ma?
Personally, I thought it was funny.
I could see if you're half bend shouting at a cultures how that would be funny. But yeah,
Yeah, I was pissed as a rat.
but I don't get who's fucking getting their knickers in a knot over it. Do you know what I mean? I
The
don't
worst thing was the
understand.
culties were slamming back at me. But yet they got away with it.
Oh man, see some of those fucking cultures shooting wankers. It's fucking brutal. I went to fucking
Yeah.
Georgetown, granted for a year. But fuck me, there was, I want to say, was there only me and my mate Michael? Were we the only one? We might have been the only ones from Belfast. He's from Craic. I was in our family class, he's from Lisburn. But see everybody else. There was someone from fucking Warren Point. In the fucking class, there was someone, oh fuck, Potty. Do you know what? I actually got on right with the fella. South Armagh, born and bred. banned country was his exact words. And I was like, all right. I mean, that's a beautiful part of the world. So, they come from fucking all over. And it must be, I don't know, is there something where if you're an absolute fucking culture whenever you get the fucking big smoke, you don't know how to fucking act like a human being?
I don't know, they're all fucked up.
Oh, they're a fucking weird bunch of cretins, like, so they are.
They're cunts, they just do my fucking head. They're all cunts.
They speak weird, they dress weird. Why do they
The
dress?
thing,
I don't know, what's up with the fucking jeans and the brown shoes?
that's just a culty thing.
Exactly, they wear a shirt and then like a fucking, what do you call those jackets? It's not like a motor, but they're like a leather jacket. You know, it's got like a fucking, it's like a fucking Kazaki jacket with fucking sponsors and all on it. And a pair of
Oh, so
fucking
that
jeans.
motorbike or something?
Yeah, and they've got a fucking
Yeah.
pair of jeans and fucking the brown
Always
shoes.
Tyco BMW.
Yes, exactly. And they always drink cider. Why do
Yeah.
they all drink cider?
Because they're cunts. It's like so well for if they're from Armagh, like they always drink cider because they love apple cider.
Exactly, about to say that cider
I
country.
shagged a big fat woman from Armagh one time.
Did you know? Fuck.
I met her on Tinder.
Fuck. For a fox.
And she was from Armagh, but she like worked in Belfast.
Well, there you go.
And she turned around and went, I'm a bigger girl, and I was like, I'll be dead on. So I thought maybe she was like carrying a bit of weight. She was a big old fucking unit, like. Eh.
See, I can't get away with that, mate, because I'm
This
not a big
isn't
guy.
being recorded, is it? At
Yes.
this point, it still is being recorded.
Yes. Take it
Yeah,
out.
I'm going to tell you a story anyway.
Fuck it.
I was boofing her from behind, and I thought I was grabbing her tit. Turns out I was grabbing her stomach.
No. Oh, fuck.
I was
Oh,
on the job
oh
putting the
no,
fucking
that's
behind
just,
tables,
oh, that's just,
and she was like,
oh,
I remember like her talking to me, and she went,
fuck. Oh, mate,
"Why
that's
are you
actually
obsessed with my
disgusting. You've got
stomach?"
a fucking handful of gut.
And I went,
Oh,
"I'm not feeling your tit, but I can't find your nipple." And she went, "That's my belly."
oh, that's actually disgusting. We've all been there. Not to grabbing the belly instead of a tit, but like, we've all
Eh,
done something without the proudest stuff.
at least it wasn't banger.
Or having a banger.
Oh God, I haven't told you the banger story, have I?
No.
Whenever I met the woman in Bangor in the Ava or the Ava, and she looked nothing like her picture. Like she was a bit of a booty in it, but I thought,
Oh, did you get catfished?
yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
And then
fuck.
I went up to the bar and was getting drinks in, and there was two girls just sitting drinking, and I just started talking to one of them. You know, just
Yeah.
as you do, though.
That was
As one,
casual.
I'm okay, like, dude, I'd stop for a few beers, few drinks, and he's, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Right, I'm away. Enjoy your night. That was it. It was completely innocent, so it wasn't standing there like a fucking weirdo.
Ah, it's nice to be nice.
And she went, who were you talking to? And like, I don't know, just two random people. And she went, oh, if I thought I seen someone flirting with you, I'd kick the fuck out of you. Or I'd limb. And I was like, alright, fair enough. And they met you like one drink ago, so that's a bit weird.
That
Then
was
she
awesome.
started
That was
putting me
nicely put.
food
I met
off the
you one
breakfast
drink ago.
who knocked their ballocks in.
Oh, fuck.
Then she told me she was a heroin addict for 20 years, but she
Oh,
never sold her body. And I'm like, oh, I think you fucking did.
was she a big
I
girl?
was planning on skip. I was like, right, you can't be a cunt. You need to just like try and make an excuse and get the last train home. But she was actually quite funny, so we were sitting having like a laugh. And I was like, time's the last train leave at? I think it was some random, it was like 20 past 11 or something.
It's waiting for you like 7:30 in the evening. You're like, oh, I need to get the last train here, so that
And I missed the last train. So I wasn't getting a taxi from Bangor back to Dundonald.
oh, fuck that.
So she was like, do you want to come back to mine for a carry out? And I was like, aye, fair enough. Went back in, and she went into her house, and she had this thing, it was like a pit bull staffy cross, just
Oh,
this mad fucking dog.
I just fucking eat you alive kind of thing.
No, it was actually really sound. It barked
Right?
like fuck at me whenever I went in. And then I was sitting on the sofa, and it came up, and it just sort of stuck its head in my lap, on like my leg, so I was sitting stroking the dog. And she was like, oh, that's really weird, like he never does that. Usually like these mental men come in. And I'm like, alright, fair enough. And he's like, oh yeah, my ex-husband, like when he was up through him down the stairs, and I was like, oh, is this one like your fucking? He sounds like a right wrongin'. And I was just
Jesus
like, oh,
Christ.
fair enough. Just sort of sitting there, and she went, next time she could start giving me tins of carling. I'm like, huh? Fucking have that. Fucking boofing tins of carling into me. And she's like, do you want to go to bed? I remember looking at my watch, or my phone, just going, taxi or bed. I'm also very, very drunk now. Right
You know
now,
what?
so
You
I was
get
just
that
like,
stage where you're like, fuck it, in for a penny, in for a pound kind of thing.
yeah, I just got drunk on the bar for a while. So I went and
Because
I
you're in
boofed
for be
them.
like, she's on heroin for 20. She's like, here, do you want to hit?
Yeah.
Fuck the Carling. Do you want to see gold?
Oh no, mate, this story gets so bad. So I went and we'd done the business, shall we say.
Bravo.
And I just sort of rolled off, got the gun on, went fucking basically tied a knot in it and fucking flinged it. No, you would ping an elastic band and pinged it across the room. The dog chased it. Right?
I don't know how that made me laugh so much.
Then she had like wooden floors, so you heard the dog going, no, doing that thing like a wooden floor, and the dog like does that weird
Yeah,
scramble thing.
yeah.
And it's on yours. And the dog flopping into its bed. And I was like, obviously doesn't know you're funny, but I know. Then
Oh,
woke up the next morning and I felt this, oh, morning, how are you? Do you want coffee? Or something else? And I went, I don't know. You probably, it also probably helped the fact that you were here so you could see the thing that was just doing that, rubbing my eyes, waking up and went, fuck it, I don't know, sure, we'll see what happens. And I looked at her. She looked like Bram Tetler from fucking Diamond Head.
do you know
No,
what?
no,
That was
he
a
definitely
guy
looked
even in
like,
the 70s, and in his heyday was not what you would describe as a good looking man.
oh god, no.
He was. If you look
Uh,
like, I
That
don't know,
was,
like some like glam era kind of like singer. If you woke up and went, it should look like a young Bret Michaels, you'd be like, do you know what? You could do worse.
oh no, mate, she
Oh,
looked
for the
like
guitar player
fucking
from
Grant
Diamond Head.
Tetler from Diamond Head.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, do you know
Mm.
what? I think we all have at least one, we're like, I don't want to be here kind of thing. You can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah, but it gets worse.
Do continue.
In my self-loathing
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
of what the fuck have I just done? I got a tin of Carly and a bowl of cornflakes and a blower out the next morning before I went and got the train.
That doesn't really sound like it gets worse, mate. If I woke up tomorrow morning and I got a ton of carling, a bowl of cornflakes, and a blower, I'd say I'm having a decent day. Granted, not the biggest fan of carling. That's actually a lie. Not to mind carling. It's cornflakes are the issue. There's something about someone helping you with your morning mood is just nice. It's thoughtful of them.
And then she had texted me, man, the next time we're together, I don't know where I still got it on my phone. I deleted like a shitload of like contacts like recently. But I've got videos of this woman that she used to send me.
Now I'm down this year because I like Diamond Head, so I do. I'm